Good morning, everybody. Mr. Pace. I just thought it was time for a video. I have done about 20 of these before I decided to do this one again and over and over and over. I'm not a video guy, so I have to make sure that when I post these things, I do it the way it needs to be done, so you'll take the time to review the information I'm about to give you, or even check it out on this website. I'm not sure why anybody would want to risk a criminal charge by trying to hack onto my site to get the identities of my sources. You're going to get outed. I am going to press charges, and for those people who thought they were going to get away with it this time, you made a mistake, because the information from last year's hack gave me the information on how to prevent it this time. That's right, because I called up the fine folks at the EPSO last year and asked them exactly how I'm supposed to do this. And they explained to me how all these IP addresses work and how all this information gets stored, and whenever someone visits a site, they leave a footprint, so to speak. It's electronic footprint, but they still leave one. Why would you want to risk a criminal charge for trying to seek out the identities of the people who leave posts and information or come to my site and leave comments? It makes no sense. You gain nothing by it. You have nothing to gain and everything to lose, because if you're ever outed, the public humiliation fest is going to go on forever. So to the people that unfortunately did that, good luck to you. I just don't get it. You guys are great. This is awesome. I apologize. That's why I couldn't do the video before. I couldn't stop laughing, because I got a pretty good idea of who the people are that like to collect dirt. So anyways, good luck to you. When this all goes down, I'm going to sign a complaint and ask that they, come after you. Now, since the people in this district are kind of unaware of what's going on, last year I filed bankruptcy. We didn't have a choice. We had to. We owed too much money and there wasn't enough to pay it back. It kind of works like that. So for those of you who don't understand it, there's a group of individuals in this district, and I'm going to call them or establish them as the Get Wrong Gang. The Get Wrong Gang doesn't understand what they're doing. They just jump head into whatever it is, and then they expect everybody else to understand, and then they go from there. And there's just really nothing you can do about it. And it's almost comical to watch, kind of like the Keystone Cops. You're so angry that you couldn't get me, no matter how much you tried, that you just step over your own feet. It's almost comical to watch. What you did do is break the law. Now, under the terms of what is called the Woodland Hills Agreements for Employment, this thing's a book. It basically outlines what you can and can't do, how you can do it, and where you can do it. It disallows employees from going forward and seeking remedies. It basically tells employees here that if they rat out or say anything about anything going on around here, including interference and harassment or micromanaging, they're fired. It's not my document. Doesn't say the Ron Pace Employment Agreement. It's the Woodland Hills. So, for those of you who don't get what I'm doing, I'm showing you what is going on with the inner workings of Woodland Hills, with the denials of Cora, the claims that I have the records, which basically invoke the ire of people, like the lawyers who are claiming I have the documents and don't. Now, I'm not a video person. I'm going to do my best in this video to convey my sentiment. Okay? When this all went down, there was only 3 members on the board. The 2 current ones that were appointed were not here when this started. So they get an excuse up until the fact that they didn't know. But now that they do know, they have an obligation to do something about it. Now, with that said, if they take no action to correct the situation or anything such as that, then they are considered people who are involved. I'm giving you an out. You have a chance with the oath you took to do the right thing. Let's see what happens. Then you'll have nobody to blame but yourself. Do you 2 know who I'm talking about? Okay, well you do. It's that simple. The other 3, you have no way out. Okay, it's on my website. It's PP&K. All right, it's Porter, Pitsy, and Killett. You 3 are on the board when all this started. No matter what you do, as a lawyer explained to me, and lawyers do talk to me, and they don't charge me generally for most of the stuff, but when they do, it's not that much. They said it is what it is. That's the coin phrase, is what it is. And it is what it is. Okay, this bankruptcy thing is going to be a very big embarrassment to the people on this board, because you guys knew what you were doing. at the time you did it. It doesn't matter what Mr. Bendelow knew. Mr. Bendelow is just a lawyer coming in to represent you, so all he had was the facts. You gave him a certain piece of paper, that's all he can go with. He could basically say what Mrs. Hernandez explained to me at the Attorney Regulation Council, is that what he knew when he knew it. Mr. Bendelow is going to be exonerated because basically he was only given the documents to submit to the court by Woodman Hills. All this for what? Well, the amount of money that they're fighting over right now would astonish you and tick you off. Because I have the records. And not only that, there are some records that they didn't show anybody that they had that we have records of. And that's what's causing the problem. Mr. Bendelow, they want to put you in the middle of this argument so you can come and beat me up. You want to beat me up? Come beat me up. As one famous lawyer said, I guess the court's over there and over there and over there and over there. They're all over the place. Pick one. Okay? I don't mind doing battle with David and Goliath. I don't like to do it, but you got to do what you got to do, right? It is what it is. Folks, do I seem unreasonable? Do I seem like my head's not screwed on straight? Well, that's what the Get Wrong gang in Woodman Hills wants you to believe. I don't suggest that any lawyer worth his salt take a job with this district unless you want to watch your career get flushed down the toilet. Career. Okay? But you know what? Lawyers don't care. They think they're above it all and have God complex for the most part. Oh, sorry. Sometimes it doesn't always work. They want you to think that I'm an unreasonable person. I have now proved and established on my website that people are willing to not only break the law, but have broken the law, and now apparently continually want to break the law. It's not on me. It's the people out there. So don't come to me with your woes and your ills claiming, oh, Ron's this and Ron's that, and he's twisting this and he's twisting. I'm not twisting anything. I'm just putting up the documents that I'm finding all over the place. I protect the people that come to this site because last year my site was completely destroyed and hacked into, and then WordPress suggested I do things a certain way to protect the anonymity of the people coming here. So now what are you going to do? Go out there and tell everybody something, and they're going to want to know where you got the information. The good news is we'll all know where you got it from. So listen, when they put the cuffs on you, don't go out kicking and screaming. Just hold your head up. Okay? Because being part of the Get Wrong gang is not a popular thing to do anymore. All right? So, for anybody that thinks I'm unreasonable, do that based on this video and judging me, and judge me for who I am and not what someone told you. Because I know for a fact that Mrs. Pitzy's comments to other people in this district over the years are not accurate. They're done intentionally, and they're done with a purpose. And then when people meet me, and they go, whoa, you're not anything like what someone said about you. No, I'm not. And what started as a support group for the particular person in question turned around because they thought they could do better with the developers over the years and do things behind people's back. And then call me a liar only to have it exposed 7 years later and prove them wrong. The case for the CIAW and the CRRG was exactly what it was. A monster case. It exposed everything that was going on around here, and the people that were involved were board members of this district, whether anybody likes it or not. Mr. Porter, next time I tell you something, you ought to listen to the words coming out of my mouth. I said, quote, the people on the CRRG board were active members and board members of Woodman Hills. That statement is true. It's fact. They wanted to distance themselves, and in recent postings on my website and at board meetings try to claim that they weren't board members of Woodman Hills. What an embarrassing moment for a man to stand up and make a statement that he knew it was wrong the second it came out of his mouth. What are they hiding? We don't know. But I've already exposed some of the financial inner workings, and that's why Woodman Hills spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to stop Cora, because they don't want you to know. So what are you hiding, Woodman Hills? We'd like to know. And we have a legal right to know. That's why I very calmly, succinctly, and kindly asked you to turn over the records that you are telling your lawyers that I have and I don't. There's an electronic transmission signal that's sent with every email. When my emails don't match your emails and you claim I have what I don't have, how are you going to explain that? I should have it electronically, and I don't. Anyways, I want to thank you for stopping by, and now you have some idea of who Mr. Pace is, because it's about time you knew, especially the new folks here, who I am and what I'm about. I'm about government accountability and transparency. End of story. I'm not a big fan of nepotism. You don't hire people that are unqualified to do a job because they're married to a board member. But I am exposing the fact that the people in that office don't want me to step in there to look at some paper. And they have just proved it. The threat to have me restrained and come after me for harassment was done intentionally because the staff in that office don't want me anywhere near that building because of information they got from the board members. And that ain't all the information they got. Wink, wink, right? The rest will be coming out soon enough, and then you're gonna know who Woodman Hills is and what they tried to do to me, again. Thanks for stopping by, folks. If you think I'm that unreasonable, then don't vote for me. You have a great day.